Total incursion of Rafah inevitable. Israel takes the next step into its offensive. New evacuation orders issued for Gazans. Israel has issued orders of further evacuation in the Gaza's southern city of Rafah, compelling tens and thousands more residents to relocate as it gears up to expand its military operations, particularly in the Rafah city. Additionally, the Israeli forces are advancing into the northern Gaza area where Hamas has reportedly regrouped, while Israel has evacuated the eastern third of Rafah, pushing the operation towards the densely populated central area. A full-scale invasion has yet not occurred as originally planned. This decision has been met with strong international opposition and criticism. The US President Joe Biden has already stated that the Israeli offensive will not be provided any more weapons if it enters Rafah. Furthermore, the US also expressed concern about the potential breaches of international law in Israel's conduct of its campaign against Hamas, marking the strongest statement yet from the Biden administration on the matter. Furthermore, the warnings from the United Nations and other agencies were also issued for weeks regarding the potential consequences of an Israeli assault on Rafah, situated near the main entry point of bordering Egypt. Such an assault can severely disrupt humanitarian operations and lead to a significant increase in civilian casualties. More than half of Gaza's population, over 1.4 million Palestinians, have sought refuge in Rafah, but now many fleeing previous Israeli offensives in other parts of the country. With Rafah considered the last bastion of the safety in Gaza, the forced evacuations are compelling residents to turn to northern areas previously devastated by the Israeli attacks. However, it appears that a window for timely evacuation seems to have closed. Recent reports indicate that Israeli tanks have already entered Gaza near Rafah, advancing within a short distance of the Rafah crossing terminal, a vital border point with Egypt. The footage that was aired on Egypt's Al Qahira TV depicted gunfire and explosion in the Rafah crossing area, heightening tensions. Israeli troops seized control of the Gaza side of the Rafah crossing, prompting its closure. The move disrupted the main point of fuel entry into Gaza. The Israeli military justifies its action as necessary to neutralize Hamas launchers and affiliated structures. Following that, for the first time, US President Joe Biden stated that he will cease arming Israel if Netanyahu gave the order for major attack on Rafah. The president admitted in an interview that the civilians in Gaza have been killed by the weapons Washington provided to Israel. However, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rebuffed the US's warning, saying that Israel is ready to fight alone even with fingernails if necessary. The Israeli military accuses Hamas of exploiting humanitarian facilities and civilians as human shields, a claim denied by Hamas. Intense fighting also erupted in northern Gaza, where Hamas seems to have been regrouped despite previous Israeli assaults. The spokesperson of Israeli military, Avichai Adrei, issued warning to the Palestinians in Jabalia and Beit Lahia, advising them to evacuate to shelters in the west of Gaza City due to the imminent danger posed by Israeli strikes. Israel's constant bombardment and ground offensive in Gaza have claimed more than 35,000 Palestinians alive, mostly women and children, according to the Gaza's health ministry, which does not distinguish between the civilians and combatants in its figures.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.